Sheesh. Was that deep? Drop some sevens in the chat if you guys love Esther and Abraham Hicks. And if you don't know about them, go watch their YouTube videos. Go read their books. They are unbelievable and amazing at getting you to really just think in a totally different way, guys. Like, we have no idea the untapped intelligences that are out there that we have inside of us that we're just not tapping into. And Abraham explains things in a way that is just like unbelievable. Your perception of life is definitely going to be spun around in a circle once you start listening to Abraham. So I love it's she has a bunch of videos on there and they're all like animated. It's really cute. But if you actually listen to what they are saying, that stuff is deep, guys. Like, you will learn a lot, and the videos are usually like 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm always going to start these calls with those because it just gets your mind in this certain type of state, this certain vibration, right? But for those of you who don't know me, right, I'm Jenna. I'm from New York. This is Woke Wednesday. I'm super excited. I'm so happy and grateful to be here with you guys tonight. At least we have a couple people on here, 9 people, and we're growing. I know there was a lot of calls going on tonight. We had a lot of stuff going on in the community. So people will probably be hopping on. That is okay. It does not matter. You guys are here. This call is meant for you. It'll be more of an intimate setting, and I love that. But I don't want to talk for so long, guys, because we have an incredibly special guest, someone who is near and dear to my heart, someone who has been on this journey with me for a very long time now. I've never even got to meet her in person, but we are like this. She inspires me every single day. She is a soon-to-be mother, and she is just a goddess of a spirit. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Katt. She's going to be dropping some sauce for you guys tonight. So make sure you guys have your notebooks, because I sure as hell have mine, because I am ready to take notes and learn from this amazing, incredible woman. Katt, let's go. Can you unmute? Do I need to give you host? Are you good?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How you doing, Jenna? How you feeling?
Doing amazing. Yes. If you guys are feeling amazing, drop some sevens in the chat. Let's go.
I appreciate you. Go ahead and drop some 9s in the chat for Jenna. Honestly, we haven't met, but I'm coming down there next week. Oh my gosh, this is about to be an experience of a lifetime meeting you in person. It's amazing seeing everybody on Zoom calls when you finally meet people in person. I know I met Shauna. I was able to meet like Vargas and Mike Miles, and it was like, whoa, you look a lot different than you do on Zoom. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, some people hair color looks everybody. It's just a different experience when you finally get to connect, with people's energy and their aura and so forth. But I just want to express my gratitude to you, Jenna, for reaching out and just inviting me to do this call, first of all. And I just want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you who took the time out of your day to be here to learn something new, and just to expand your consciousness, and just to support Jen on this call, to come on here to learn from me as well. But when I say I'm not going to take up too much of your time, I really mean I'm not going to take up too much of your time, right? There's just a few things that I really just wanted to go over today, and these were stuff that really came to my reflection during this weekend. And if I'm thinking about them, I know somebody else is definitely thinking about them, right? So I know, it's called Woke Wednesday, and there's so many different topics we can talk about. We can really go woke. We could talk about mindset. We could talk about spirituality. We could talk about thoughts and stuff like that. But, what I really realized this past weekend is that we can really work on ourselves all day, all night, all year, our whole life. But it doesn't mean that we're really getting somewhere until we really evaluate where we are. Right? Drop any in the chat. Does that make sense? Did what I said just make sense? Right? I know every one of us probably on this call do personal development, read, meditate, and do a whole bunch of stuff to get ourselves to where we want to be, but it doesn't mean we're actually getting to where we want to be. So this past weekend, I was just literally just sitting down reflecting, where am I? Where was I before? And where do I want to go? And, I'm not really going to be talking in terms of mindset today. I'm really going to be talking about where are you? And, I'm a visual learner and I learned this back in January at a convention. I wasn't there, but I learned from someone who was there. And, I've taught this about 2, 3 times. And every time I teach it, it makes me really reflect on where I am. So, Jenna, if it's cool, if I could share my screen, I just want to pull up the whiteboard. So if you have a notebook, I want you to draw and do everything that I put on this whiteboard as well. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the 5 levels of success, or what some people call this the emotional cycle of change. Okay, let me just go ahead and pull up that chat box. Okay, there you go. Okay, right, so at the top of your page, whatever you're writing on, I want you to write the 5 levels of success. And what I want you to do is to draw a big U. Something like this, go ahead and draw something like that. Right, doesn't have to be perfect, looks like a bowl, whatever it does, just draw something like that. All right, and what this is, it's going to represent where you are right now, where you were before, and where you want to go, right? So most of us look at success as just an incline. We're just going up, everything's perfect, right? But we all see different images and so forth where it's up and down, it's left and right, we're going back, we're going forward. There's so many different things that happen on our journey to success, right? But when I found this out, when I really understand this, I understood why most people procrastinate, why most people don't get to where they are in life. Go ahead and drop a 4 in the chat if you ever came up with a New Year's resolution, but you never did it more than like 2 weeks or a month or 2 months max, right? I believe everybody can go ahead and drop a 4 because we've all done that so many times, probably every single year, okay? And trust me, that's all 7.8 billion people in the world that has the ability to set a resolution. Okay, so the 5 levels of success. The first part over here, I want you to go ahead and write uninformed optimism. I hope I'm spelling this right, but uninformed optimism. Okay, and what this is when you're getting started. So whether you're starting a new job, whether you're starting to become an entrepreneur, whatever it is you see success as, this is when you're a newbie, right? This is when you're first getting started. This is when you're learning about different things, right? You're super hyped, you're optimistic, everything's positive, you're kind of scared, but you're just brand new, right? And I just want to get a little feel for everyone in here. Go ahead and drop a 9 in the chat if you are part of Trade House, if you're part of I Am Academy, and if you're part of the team, right? So I know who I'm talking to, right? And drop a 6 in the chat if you are not part of the family. Someone wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have one person, right? All good, right? So whatever success means to you, this is where you're starting off, okay? The second part, right over here, right as we go down, I want you to go ahead and write informed pessimism. Pessimism, right? Informed pessimism. So this is when you're along your line of success, right? This is when you've learned quite a few things. This is when you're starting to build those habits. This is when you're starting to feel a few obstacles, right? This is when the fear starts to come on, right? Go ahead and drop a 7 in the chat if you felt any of those stuff, right? Fear, doubt, right? But you're learning things are exciting, right? Let's put the situation of school, right? This is where, the workload starts to hit you a lot harder, a job, right? Things are starting to pick up and so forth. So this is where you're not a newbie, but you're not old as well, okay? Now, if we look at the bottom here, right? This is where a lot of stuff happened. And I want you to go and right here, the valley of despair. The valley of despair. All right. This is what most of us call rock bottom. This is what most of us call the pit. This is what most of us call hell, right? This is where most of us call the quitting point, right? And if you just simply Google how many people quit before finishing something, it's 92% of people, right? And I believe everybody dropped a number in the chat when I said, do you start a New Year's resolution but don't actually continue it, right? We are all part of that 92%, right? Procrastination isn't just pushing something off, it's also not finishing it, right? So we're all just procrastinators at the end of the day. But the valley of despair, right? This is where our quitting point, where most quitting points happen, right? But I want you to realize, how many stages of success did I say there were? Drop in the chat. How many stages of success did I say they were? Right now we're on number 5, right? And we can see here, Valley of Despair is number 3. And most people quit when things get rough at number 3. But little do they know that they're just 2 steps away from success, right? This is where the real fear hits you. This is where the real toxicity hits you. This is where everything just hits you. You lose money, right? You lose sleep, stress, whatever it is, everything hits you here, right? But there's 2 stages of success left. Right over here, as we see this little incline, I want you to go ahead and write informed optimism. Right? Informed optimism. This is when you're starting to build yourself up. This is when you're starting to get back to the habits you had over here. This is when you start getting back to being educated, feeling that optimism. See, we went from optimism to pessimism to we're in hell now, and now we're back to optimism, right? This is where you're starting to pick up the pace again. You're getting out of the pit. You're climbing out of it. You see this little incline, right? You're taking the steps. You're building that momentum to your success. And we have one final stage that's left. Success. Right? That's it. But what I want you to do right now is just really reflect whatever success means to you, whatever that is, whether it's a material thing, whether it's you graduating, whether it's you, making a certain amount of money, whatever it is for you, I want you to base yourself on this scale, on this little image here. Where are you right now? And go ahead and drop in the chat, right? We're here to be honest. We're here to grow. We're here to thrive together. Where do you feel like you are on this little image here? Number 4, informed optimism. Number 4, right? So most of us, number 3, I feel you with that, Carla. Right? The biggest thing I want you to understand when it comes towards success, it just doesn't go like this and then we go up forever, right? This cycle, right? I know it's not a circle, it's a U, but this repeats over and over and over and over and over again. You're going to be excited. You're going to start building habits, building that momentum. Stuff's going to hit the fan. And then you're going to build that momentum and then get your goal and keep going from there. Get excited, build habits, stuff's going to hit you, build back the momentum, grow, and get success again, right? But when I really realized what this image really meant and how often I went through this, personally, I'm a trader, I do e-commerce and also a network marketer. Whatever it is that you do, I want you to base everything you base success off where you are. Because for me, quite a bit of time, I know Carla, you said you're number 3. I was down here too. But remember what I said. What percentage of people never finish what they start? 92% of people, right? It's because they never make it out of the valley of despair, right? They never make it out of the valley of despair. And I want you to think about it. You're only 2 steps away from success. If you knew that you were 2 steps away from success, would you quit? Yes or no? No, probably not, right? Now, go ahead and drop in the chat, any number. If you ever said you were going to lose weight or gain weight, but then you were going to start eating clean, but you didn't. Or, I personally dropped out of school. I dropped out of high school and I also dropped out of university, right? Drop in the chat if you've ever done the same, right? Or that you were going to hit a financial goal, you were going to save $20 every single month, but after the second month, you stop saving, right? There's so many different things we could say this is our success, but we just stop, right? And I'm not here to talk about procrastination. That's a whole other conversation and stuff. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because in order for you to keep coming on these calls and listen to what Jenna has to say and to what other people have to say about mindset and thoughts and building character and confidence, you need to know where you are on this scale to success so you know what you're building. If you're up here in informed optimism, you're good. You're happy. You're in a good frequency, right? You're building that education that you need to get to where you want to be. If you're over here, you're focused on habits. That's what you need to focus on. Building momentum, keeping that confidence going. If you're down here, this is where the deep inner work goes, right? This is where you understand why you're not confident, understand what's going on, understand the traumas that you're dealing with. And here, this is where you start taking what you learned from over here and building it back up for you to get to success, right? In order for you to get to where you want to go, you need to know where you are in life, where you are in your success, right? And when I understood that I was here for quite a bit of time, for the past few weeks, I was like, what do I need to change in order for me to get to here, to get to here? And if I needed to hear this, I know somebody else definitely did, right? But I want to specifically talk about here, right? Because this, whatever this is for you, that's what you need to outline, right? And whatever these two are for you, right? You need to outline as well. But it's down here that we all face the similar things. And there are 5 things, 5 challenges of success, right? So there's 5 stages of success, but now there's 5 challenges of success, right? The first one is the negative mindset, right? We hear this so many times that 90% of our thoughts are negative, right? But when we have thoughts, then we produce actions. And 40 to 50% of our actions are habits, right? So in the valley of despair, the biggest thing that impacts you is your thoughts, because this is where your quitting point is. So you're going to start thinking negative, you're going to start feeling negative, so you're going to start doing negative things, and the cycle just keeps building and building and building, and you never get to the two steps to success, right? And this is where the self-sabotaging behavior happens, right? This is where you start to think more. This is where you start smoking or drinking or do whatever things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Go ahead and drop 9 in the chat. If you relate, you understand, right? We've all done those things we know that aren't going to benefit us when we're in a time of desperate need where we need to be doing the things we need to be doing, but we don't do them and we do the things that are going to harm us and put us further away from success, right? So the first challenge of success is our mindset. And it impacts us the most when we're down here. The second one is losing focus, right? Losing focus. And this only comes when we lose our passion for our goals. And it hits us the most here, right? It hits us the most here. We can't be focused on our goal if we lose our passion for it, right? A lot of us have goals, but how many of us actually have goals that are worth like lifelong goals? Goals that will take 20, 30 years to accomplish. Drop a 2 in the chat. You have something that you're targeting that's going to take 20, 30, 40 years, or maybe even 2 lifetimes. Walt Disney Y'all know that person, right? His legacy is still living on today, and he died long time ago, right? Your goal, do you have something that you're going after that's going to take a lot longer than your lifetime, a lot longer than today and tomorrow or next year, right? Because if you lose focus of that, then you will have no passion, and this is how you stay in the valley of despair a lot longer. Okay, so our negative mindset, and this will build up our, us losing focus, which is the second one. The third one, fear. Now, this is a whole other conversation, fear, right? But the best thing that I heard about fear is that fear is the idea crippling, experience crushing, and success stalling inhibitor inflicted by you. I'll say that one more time. Fear is the idea crippling, experience crushing, success stalling inhibitor inflicted by you, right? We all hear the acronym that fear is false evidence appearing real, but who creates that? Who creates that evidence? And who keeps inflicting it, and who keeps repeating it? Right? It always just comes back to you. So understand that when you're being ruled by fear, it just comes from the lack of education, and you just need to build that passion again, right? That you lost focus of. Just keep building that passion and going back to the first step of your success. Okay. The fourth one, people. And I think this is the most challenging one for a lot of people. It's dealing with other people, right? Go ahead and drop a 5 in the chat if you have, someone who tells you to quit to quit and go study something else, or to find a better job, or to this and this and this, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. I started university, and my dad told me to quit university and go study something better. And then when I quit university and started entrepreneurship, he told me to quit entrepreneurship and get back to university and study social work. It's funny, right? There's so many different people that influence us in our life, right? But the two biggest things that how people impact us is us caring too much, and then toxic people, right? Toxic people. And, personally, I can easily tell someone to leave me alone. I can easily tell someone to F off, right? But drop a 6 in the chat if you have the balls enough to tell your parents to leave you alone, to stop bothering you, to stop influencing you in a negative way, right? Okay, we got some people. Awesome, I'm talking to the right people. Awesome, right? A lot of people don't have that courage, right? And we can understand why they influence them so much to the point they can never get out of the valley of despair, right? Drop a 7. This is making sense, right? We're understanding this. It's just the same thing being repeated over and over. This is our step to success. This is our step to success. But a lot of us stay down here because of these 5 challenges that just repeat over and over and over and over again. And once we're able to master them, we're able to incline and get to success, right? But you got to remember, one of the biggest lessons and one of the biggest things you're going to hear all the time is that what people think about you is none of your business. What people think about you is none of your business. Because if people are thinking about you, it means that they have nothing else better to think about. If they're dwelling on what you're doing and how you're getting to success, and they're telling you to no, take this other path, they're not really thinking about their success. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Right? So you can't let people influence you. You hear this so many times. The last one, and I don't know how rare this is or how often this happens, but when I heard about this, I could definitely relate to it. Number 5, imposter syndrome. imposter syndrome. Right? This is the feelings of when you feel like you're not experienced enough, or you don't know enough, or that you started and you're not ready to start doing the other things people are pushing you to do. Right? Go ahead and drop a 5 in the chat. You felt that before, right? Whether that's starting a school project, whether that's doing a presentation, whether that's picking up at a job, whatever it is, you felt like an imposter. You didn't feel like you were embodying the position or the title that you were given, right? But the way that you can get out of this is continuous education, right? You don't feel experienced enough, learn more. You don't feel like you don't know enough, learn more, right? It's just the repetition of the first 2 steps, right? And if you haven't already noticed, for us to get to here, we just need to repeat here. Because what do we have when it says informed optimism? We're going back to step 1, the feeling of happiness, right? Us creating that flow state, building those habits, that momentum, right? It's just repeating and picking up back those steps in order for us to get what we want. And this just happens over and over and over again. But are you going to be the person? Are you going to be part of the 92% that just sit in here, that quit when stuff gets rough? Right? Or just give up as a whole? Right? Because I want you to go ahead and write this in capital letters, big letters, so you remember this. I can't fail at this unless I quit. I'll say that one more time. I can't fail at this unless I quit. Success is not going to be in your vocabulary if you have quitting in it as well in the same sentence. Right? Success is not going to be in your vocabulary if you have quitting in the same sentence. You can't fail at something if you don't quit. If you keep going and you keep pushing and you keep learning and you keep thriving and you keep building those habits, you're going to get to success. But you can't fail if you don't stop. Right? So now you understand the 5 levels of success and you understand the 5 challenges of success. Your negative mindset, losing focus, fear, people, and the imposter syndrome. These are the 5 most common, challenges. What you need to do now is figure out where you are on this image and what challenges are you dealing with and what you need to do to get to the next level, right? If you're here, for those who said number 2, right, you understand that you're going to have to go through this little deep part. For some people, it may be hard. That may be you losing a lot of money. Maybe you lose your job, you lose your house. For some people, maybe it's, something super small, right? But if you're down here, now you need to understand what are the 5 challenges, what out of the 5 challenges am I going through to get to here? And if you're here, you're on your way to success, and I could curse, but congratulations to you, right? Congratulations to you. But wherever you are on the scale, you just need to know there's 5 steps to this. And if you're here, you're 4 levels away. If you're here, you're 3 levels away. If you're here, you're 2 levels away. If you're here, you're 1 level away. But whatever it is, congratulations to you, because success is yours. But you just need to go after it. And this was the biggest breakthrough that I had this weekend because as much as I've heard this information, as much as I've seen it, as much as I've reviewed it, it hit me this weekend and really realized where I was and what challenges I was really dealing with and what I needed to do to get out of it. But I'll go ahead and leave this up for 5 more seconds. Take your picture, write it out, whatever it is. But the reflection of this is what's going to get you to the next level. And like I said, hopping on these calls with Jenna, listening to what she has to say, listening to, the mentors that talk about mindset and stuff. Yeah, that's amazing and all, but you need to really know where you are and where you need to get to and what you need to do and start building all of that kind of stuff as well. Right? I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. I appreciate y'all so much for your time. Jenna, I can't wait to see you. That's all I keep thinking about. I am so excited to see you, but I just want to express my gratitude again for just inviting me to be on here. You are my sister. You are my soul tribe. I'm just beyond blessed to have you in my life, and I'm so grateful for everyone who tuned in onto this call to just take something away from this. And I definitely hope you learned something. But I'll pass it back to you, Jenna. Super excited for this meditation. Love you, family.
Wow, wow, wow. Guys, can we drop some sevens in the chat for my girl, Katt? Wow. I don't know about you guys, but that definitely woke me the F up because she's so right. You can do all the mindset in the world. You can do all of the self inner work in the world. But if you're not taking self inventory first and really realizing and understanding where you truly are at on your journey, how are you ever going to excel or get anywhere further if you don't even know where you're at? Like, I literally, guys, like, took so many notes. If you guys don't have like at least 2 or 3 pages of notes, like, I don't know what you were doing. I can send you my notes because this girl dropped some bombs. I've never seen this before. So you definitely opened my eyes. I want to thank you so much, Katt, for being on this call, for sharing your wisdom with us. For such a young woman, you are one of the smartest, most intelligent people that I know. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. Like, you inspire me. Oh yeah, like seriously. You guys have to make sure you're on her Sunday calls. She's unbelievable. She's amazing. She has so much knowledge in here to offer you guys. So stay tuned definitely, and make sure that you're aware of when her calls are on Sundays. I'll also drop them in my Telegram channel as well for you guys who aren't on the Trade House team or in IM. For those of you who are just here from my IG or from other groups that I'm in, so you guys can support Katt and all the calls that she does. But guys, this is Woke Wednesday. So you know we have to do some meditating, right? Who is ready to meditate? Who has meditated today? Have you guys got your meditation in? Are you guys ready to go deep within yourself and visualize? I mean, we just learned about the 5 levels of success and where you're at. This is your time to be able to sit with yourself, visualize, and really embody where you're at and visualize where you want to go. Right? So this was a perfect prequel to what we're about to do now. So I am just going to share my screen. Everybody get in a really comfortable position. Sit down, lay down. I'm going to dim my lights really quickly. Set the tone, set the mood. We're going to do about a 10-minute meditation. I know for those of you who are on here last week, I did say every week we're going to do a little bit longer, but since we had a special guest on today, it was well worth it that we are just going to do a 10-minute meditation today. So get comfortable, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and we are going to begin.
And welcome to this guided meditation is designed to help you be a deliberate and conscious co-creator, manifesting what you want. So, whatever it is that you are hoping to manifest, bring that to mind with you during this and let yourself get into a nice, comfortable seated position. Taking a moment to adjust your sit bones so that they feel balanced and even on either side. Allowing your spine to become tall and straight. Rolling your shoulders back slightly to open up your heart. Resting your palms in your lap, facing open. And if you haven't already, let your eyelids softly close. Take a moment to tune into your breath. For now, just noticing how it feels, any sensations your breath creates. Feel the points of contact between you and the surface on which you are seated. Perhaps feeling the sense of clothes on your skin, or the feeling of the air around you. Just tuning into whatever is present with you right now to help you stay present in your body. As you feel yourself dropping into this moment, let your belly and chest expand on every inhale and contract on every exhale. As you focus in the space in the middle of your chest and a couple of inches inwards. This is your heart's energy center. Tune into this space. Just for now, imagine that this is all there is, as if your entire awareness has dropped into your heart. If any thoughts or emotions come up, you just return your awareness to your heart, centering into it, feeling how abundant and connected it is to all. Feeling a vastness of great, powerful energy here. As if you are your own source of abundance, love, anything you want. All there is in this moment is you and your awareness in your heart. You feel your vibration rising as you stay connected to this beautiful energy center. And you affirm to yourself, I am love. And as you affirm this, you feel a great power rushing in. You recognize that the same energy that created worlds is the energy within you. The loving energy that creates all that is, not only created you, but is also within you. You affirm to yourself, I am a powerful creator. And now, as you feel centered, calm, and balanced in your heart, before we focus on that which you desire to manifest, bring to mind one thing that you wanted that you now have. And into how good it feels to have it. Say thank you out loud or in your mind. And notice the energy of what it feels like to get what you want. This is a powerful energy to be in. Relax into this feeling of knowing that you can have what you want. You've already done it. many, many times. Feel deep gratitude for this. And as you do, you may now bring to mind that which you desire. How do you think having this would make you feel? Tune into that feeling in your body. How would it feel to have this desire? I want you to focus on feeling as though you have it. That same feeling that you just demonstrated of being grateful for already having what you want. So too with this, before you even have it. You allow yourself to feel grateful for having it, because you trust the universe. You trust that you are an energetic match for that which you desire. And you trust that it is all unfolding in perfect timing. You wouldn't want it a second sooner than you're meant to have it. It's all unfolding perfectly, and you know this now. Relax into knowing this, with a sense of infinite patience and trust, and a deep gratitude towards having what you want. You see yourself in the desire. You can either allow your mind to paint pictures of it, or just simply focus on the feeling of having it, or a combination of both. Whatever comes most naturally to you and feels best. Either way, really tune in to feeling grateful for this desire. Feel grateful for having your desired outcome. Affirming to yourself, I am that I am. I will now leave you to feel this emotion of having this desired outcome for the rest of the meditation. Relax into feeling as though you have this desired outcome. Enjoy how having it makes you feel. Whenever you're ready, say thank you out loud or in your mind, thanking yourself and thanking the universe and thanking everything that is involved in bringing this desire to you in perfect timing. Trust and know it's all happening for you in your highest, most loving way. It's either this or something better. Take this feeling with you as you slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the world around you, rolling your shoulders, wiggling your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes.
Who is feeling calm? Who is feeling grateful? Wow, that was such an awesome meditation. I've actually never done that specific one before. If you guys want, I'll drop it in the chat so you guys can do that one on your own. I love meditations where you're able to have a guided visualization. That went perfectly with what we were doing with what Katt was teaching us before about the levels of success, understanding where we are, and then being able to visualize where we want to be, right? So understanding, she spoke about being on the same frequency, right? The law of vibration. If you're in tune with the thoughts that you want, the ideas of the things that you want, and you impress that upon your subconscious mind with repetition and visualization, you're going to put yourself in a specific vibration, and that's going to spew out into the universe. Now, whatever vibration that is, you're going to be on a frequency, right? Your vibration, you're on a frequency level. And that which what you put out is that which what you're going to get back, right? So take into consideration, what type of vibration are you in? What type of thoughts and ideas are you feeding yourself or hearing or having come into your mind, whether you're creating them or they're coming from outside sources? What are you allowing to become impressed onto your subconscious mind? Is it positivity or is it negativity? Is it things you want, or are you focusing on the things that you don't want? So many people don't really understand how to manifest, right? You have to visualize what it is that you want. You cannot harp on and stay focused on the things that are not going well for you, on the things that you don't have, on the debt that you're in the bad relationships that you're in. You have to focus on abundance, on health, on healthy relationships. You have to focus and put your attention on the things that you want and desire. Because if you focus and put your attention and create thoughts and ideas of the things that you don't want or the things that you have currently, that's going to become impressed onto your subconscious mind. And the vibration that you're going to put out into the universe is for the things you already have or you do not want. So make sure that you are creating and taking in only ideas and thoughts that are going to be conducive to what you want and your success. So that then will become impressed upon your subconscious mind by visualizing, by repetition, by meditating, by affirming. And then you're going to unintentionally, because it's subconscious now, put yourself into a specific state of vibration that you'll be on a frequency of positivity, and you'll be putting out what you want, and then you'll receive what you want. The law of vibration and the law of attraction. But with that being said, guys, this has been an amazing, amazing Woke Wednesday. I'm so happy and grateful for every single one of you who are on this call tonight. I cannot wait for next week. I have a lot of stuff planned for you guys the next coming weeks, the next following weeks. So please make sure that you're on. Make sure that you bring your friends, your family. This is an open call to anybody who wants it or needs it. You never know who's going to need to hear something that is said on these calls. I love each and every one of you. If nobody told you today, I am grateful for you. Stay in this state of gratitude. And I love every single one of you. Have an amazing night, and I will see you next Wednesday.